Yes, hello there, and this is just to show you a quick game I played against someone called J.R. Pittman. It started off, I was playing whites. It started off e4, e5, knight to f3. So it looks like it's going to the Lopez here, but then he played this d6 move, and I always respond in the same way to d6. Just played e4, possibly attacking the knight on c6 and getting ready to castle, breaking open the centre quite early on. He takes. I recaptured my knight. His knight on c6 is obviously pinned, so I can't really do anything at the moment. Breaks the pin with his bishop. Just play a simple developing move. If his knight were to take my knight on d4, I'd simply capture his bishop on d7 and then retake his knight. Getting the bishops out there again. Castles. And then I play this move, f4, just to gain a bit of space. He could bring his knight to this square here, g4, but could easily be kicked by a simple h3 move. Anyway, he doesn't resort to that, just plays it back. And his position begins to look slightly cramped. But just put my rook on that same file as his king. May come in useful later. I resisted the move. f5, which I could have played. He could simply have just put his knight on the on this outpost, e5. So I resisted that temptation. Instead moving my rook on the e-file. The castle's alongside. I now begin an attack against his queen side using my pawns. He responds likewise, trying to attack on my king side. Now there's obviously a weak square here on a7. Can't really be taken, but I suppose if I did try to take it, let's just say he played a move like this, I suppose I could take it, but doesn't really give me anything immediate. It's a bit slow, and I chose not to do that. He kicks my knight, plays a seemingly odd looking move here. Don't really know where he's trying to go with that. Wastes time, gives away space, his position is a bit cramped. All his pieces on his first three files, except for this pawn here. I immediately advance another one of my pawns, trying to play b5, break open his queen side. I think that was a great move. I'll just attack it. He moves backwards, which is a terrible move. It would probably have been better off just exchanging knights. And then perhaps taking like this. Even this doesn't look too good, but it's much better than what he did do. I take like this, he retakes. Now I simply attack the loose pawn. There's very little we can do to defend it. Plays a lunging move with one of the pawns. Exposes his king even more. I take the pawn with check. He blocks with a queen. And I couldn't really see any great moves here, so I just decided to exchange queens. And now his king is very exposed. Still took me a long time to actually win the game. I'll give check. Check again. Had to move my knight because he was under attack. He exchanges. I give check with my knight. He moves back. Now this piece looks pretty weak. This pawn, sorry, on d6. There's nothing immediate I can do to attack it. The purpose of this move was just to fix that pawn on d6 and to protect my knight on b5. There's not too many places where his pieces can go. The knight seems pretty hemmed in, as does the bishop. Attacking the knight. He defends it with the bishop. Now this position began to give me a few problems, because there's obviously possibilities of a discovered attack by both sides, especially when I moved my rook, which was defending the bishop. He tries to manoeuvre with the king. I couldn't really see any tactics here. I'm sure there must be some, but I was just trying to get my pieces into good strategic positions. Both my rooks are centralised. My bishop's on a good diagonal, and my knight does seem to be able to move around. Can go back to c3 and then maybe to d5, There's always the danger of a rook fork if he was to make a mistake. Push the pawn. He goes backwards again. Seems to be theme in this match. He keeps moving his pieces backwards. I think he wants to bring it to c7. Or maybe exchange it for my knight. I don't mind if he takes my knight here, because I recapture with check. And my rooks are more in the game than his. His rook here on h8, completely out of the game. I take. He takes. And then I take with check. Obviously here, attacking the loose pawn. I didn't see that. But I'll just move it to safety. Offering the exchange, which he refuses. I simplify the game slightly. I'm a pawn up, so I think my king is slightly safer, although his is more active. That's just to give me an escape square, although he's on the blue square, which is the same colour square as his bishop, which could be risky, but there was no alternative, giving me another escape square. That move gave me an opportunity to centralise my king, which is why I recaptured with my king. Series of slightly pointless moves there, but I have perhaps a plan where I could bring my king into the attack. I think he will try to move his king to a5, perhaps to a4, and attack my pawn base on c4. I myself have an advanced pawn, so that's what I'm pinning my hopes on. Here I try to swap off bishops. I had the feeling that his bishop was the superior bishop in this position, so I was pretty happy to see it swapped off. Protecting the pawn, and now I just push my pawn on b5 to b6. Which was a mistake on his part, so I don't think there's much he could do to stop it. Takes. This pawn is now loose, in addition to the threats of my own passed pawn. Checks. I foresaw that move. There's a safe square on e4, and here he resigned. I don't think there's anything he can do to stop me queening. I was to analyse the game, think the engine does give me an advantage. I'm not sure how much. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.